Let me know it's ready.
Oh God. Nope. Shit. There you go.
Oh, now is it good?
Yeah.
Hey! Hi,
Oh,
everyone.
shit.
Becky's having some technical difficulties.
We're here.
Oh, because she had the volume on.
I had the thing on.
I
Hello.
gotta like bring this in a little bit. I don't want everybody to see the messy part of my kitchen. Cooking it myself. I'm not used to it.
A year of practice. So, we're gonna be pickling.
Yeah. So
This way. There's ingredients.
yeah, I got some stuff started already. So
Hi, Orange Eyes.
I have a lot of things that I'm going to be using. I'm going to keep experimenting with the pickles. I used jalapenos last time. I have a red pepper that's been sitting in my refrigerator for like 2 weeks that really needs something done with it. So
I'm gonna tweet this out really quick too.
So we're going to do that. And I got all these other spices. Husband did a really good job. He's hiding in the background. He's not going to be part of this. He can get around and upstairs without going to the kitchen. So lucky for him.
You want brownies? There's no brown. There's pickles. Kenred.
Brownies will be next time. They won't. The brownies are like 5 ingredients. We're never going to do that.
So, let me show you guys what we have set up here for you. I'm going to switch cameras. So we need to adjust that one a little bit.
Yeah, so it can flex back and forth. Well,
There we go.
No, it's good now.
Okay. So we have a prep area
So this is what I'm going to be cooking up with.
and then this guy here, you can see my hand.
She's really good at this camera switching thing.
Oh, it's hot. I'm not
Yeah,
touching.
it's on.
I know, but I want to show them the boiling water.
Got it. So, so this is actually
The boyfriend / husband, he's the one who set everything up, so you can thank him for his technical expertise.
I'm going to keep it most covered as long as I can, just because there's a camera right above it, and I don't want to destroy a $40 webcam on my first stream. So,
I know any of the problems now. It's better that way.
there he is! The infamous hidden
Let's see if
boyfriend.
we can... Oh, look, my booty. You can see the reflection of us.
You can see him now wearing shorts.
Whoa!
I'm wearing shorts. Are they seeing this happen?
Yeah.
Like all the screens going wackadoo?
Yeah.
So, some of the things that I have today.
I just wanted to put a face cam in case you want to come back over so we don't have to switch back and forth, but we can totally switch back and forth.
So, I have the special pickling. It's just regular vinegar, but I was too lazy to walk around in Meijer to go get the regular vinegar, so I just got it out of the pickling section. Remember I was talking about that grody-ass pepper? We're going to cut that part off. But I got this little yellow pepper, too, so we can add some color to our pickles. I got hello jalapenos because those are my favorite, and we can have pickles and jalapenos from my garden. Keep going. I'm getting at. So then we have some garlic, because I love garlic. Yellow mustard seed. I'm just going to be lazy. I have my... Slow down your talking. I can't help it. This is my normal talking speed.
I know, but I'm going to let you know.
So I have just my pepper grinder. We're just going to use the peppercorns out of this because I was too lazy to get the other thing. And bay leaves, the other seasoning I'm going to put in here. So you really put whatever you want when it comes to flavors. I've seen cloves, allspice, turmeric, all sorts of stuff. I like the flavor of the pickles and the cucumbers and the brine and the vinegar. So we're going to keep it pretty simple. Just peppers and, oh, I guess I should show you guys the biggest part. We're going to move the camera around. So here is, wait, there it is, all of my cucumbers. There are so many of them. So move my ear out of the way. And these are all the cucumbers. I'm really, it's really hard for me to see, but yeah. So I don't know, like 8, 9 cucumbers maybe. I got some little ones. I have some grotesquely large ones that we're going to take care of today. Like, this thing is ridiculous. Ugh. No penis jokes, please. We've already made them all. So, the other thing we have going on, you can't really see, so I'm going to move the camera around. We have, this is where we're going to make the brine, and this is where we're actually going to warm up the lids. So there's 2 elements to the canning jars. You have what they call the bands, which are the little rings that go around the outside. And those are reusable, so don't buy too many of those. And then the lids, which only seal up once. You can like reuse them to put salsa in the fridge or something next time around, but you don't really want to keep reusing them because the rubber is only good for one permanent seal. But what you actually have to do is warm up the actual rubber on the lids before you throw them on the final product to seal them up. So I'm not going to be calling Karina. That doesn't come naturally. It's very hard when she's me. So she's going to be Becky, which is her real name, and I'm lazy, and that's what we're going to do. And she's gone, so I don't know where my help went, because she was supposed to be helping me, because this was supposed to be me teaching her how to pickle, and she's gone.
She said she'll be right back.
She said she'll be right back. Some of the extra tools, I got this like cute little set.
You want me to do something?
No, I'm fine.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know where my lifting thing went though. My lifting tool. That's kind of important. So I guess the boyfriend / husband can help with that. So I got this like. Well, I lost that, so we're gonna look into that. We don't need it till towards the end. So I have two funnels. Two funnels that fit inside of mason jars. This is just for pushing out the air bubbles in the can. I would check in the left where I have all my extra mason jar lids. And then this is really nifty, so you don't burn yourself. This little magnetic jar lifter. And then you take it and you can use it to lift them out, lift the lids out of the hot water once you're cooking them, right before you can it. Yay, we found the jar lifter. So, and then that's the last thing. So that's going to prevent me from burning myself, which I actually do pretty frequently. So, I guess we're just going to get right to it since my help is gone.
I'm back! Hi. What are we doing?
I burnt my mouth on the pizza because I was wolfing it down so much. Oh, so the last thing I have going on is, like, the oven's still on. So, the last thing I have going on behind me.
Do they need to see this?
No.
Oh.
This is just going to be salt, water, and vinegar. It's not really
Yes.
exciting. So, I have,
Hey Haley, hey Bishop, hi Ruby. Sorry guys, I know I started really quick. I started up a stream that had your stream going, but I didn't want any sort of copyright thing, so I turned it off after like a minute. So I do apologize if you guys were on my stream. I dropped a link in the chat too, if anyone was left to come on over.
yeah, so a lot of people, the way you're supposed to do it is to sanitize your jars in boiling water and then keep them warm in water, blah, blah, blah. Or you can do the lazy way, throw them in the dishwasher. Ours has a sanitizing cycle, but I don't think you even really need that. You just have to get it really, really hot, really, really clean. So, but the jars actually have to be warm when you throw the stuff in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just restart the dishwasher on an express cycle, which is 30 minutes, which will just end up keeping my jars warm and out of my freaking way while we're doing everything else. So the first thing we have to do is start with the brine.
We're going to stand right here really quick while you talk a little bit.
So we actually have to start with the brine, which is going to be, so I made it before. Everyone else loves it, but I think I was looking.
I know, I'm trying to help.
I think it's too salty. Everyone else seems to love the pickles. Like over at her work, they're making, pickle martinis?
Yeah.
They're mixing vodka and pickle juice.
With a pickle garnish.
Yeah.
Because we had the chips.
Yeah, so actually, let me show you guys what I did before. So, oh, and I have fresh dill, which got put away in the fridge that I forgot about. So I have these chips. See them up close. Trying to get like a decent view. Got these chips, and then I did spears too. So you can see floating around. These are a couple weeks old. See the black peppercorns floating around? There's like a bay leaf. Husband doesn't like dill, so these are dill-free. This one has a little bit of dill in it.
So, I will be doing the cameras, so whenever you're ready.
Okay.
And switch. No more face.
So Becky's gonna help me make the brine. So I think we're gonna do. If you could do 4
Herb or seeds?
you can do either, but I just buy the fresh herb because it's like $1.29 at Meijer. Like, and then I just throw out the rest before it goes bad. So,
Pickle martini sounds so good. I don't even drink them. Oh, I should get a hair dye.
I have a. So I cook exclusively with cast iron. So to show you guys what I have going on, this is not a plug, but just so you know, if anyone asks, literally anything you see pretty much today that is red is going to be from Le Creuset. So I'm a real brand whore for this stuff. I got my trusty 7 1/4. I'm really bad at trying to get the camera going. Oh god, I can't see what we're looking at now. So I have my trusty 7 1/4 quart pot that I use for pretty much anything. Chili, mashed potatoes at Christmas, blah blah blah.
So if you're listening to La Crusade,
Yeah, so if you're listening and you want a sponsor, hook me up. I even have the little prep bowls. So then I got I got a pot going on back here. This is where we're gonna cook the. Oh my god, I'm so bad at understanding.
Do you want me to do this?
Yeah. So this is where we're gonna cook the lids. I've had this on low for like an hour. And the last thing that I really like are these little silicone prep bowls. So what I'm gonna do, because once you start loading up the jars, you have to rapid fire do this stuff. So I'm gonna actually pour some of the mustard seed into these prep bowls along with the black peppercorns. So then when we go to load up the jars, it just like it turns into like a little funnel, and you knock the stuff in. So it'll make things a lot easier for us. Okay, so we're gonna put this back. Is this one? Yeah. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is, while we're farting around, I'm gonna load up some peppercorns. And honestly, like, I'm not a huge black pepper fan, but I have used a lot of black peppercorns in the pickles I did before, and I really liked it. So being a little wacky with that. Also, the pot is already on, so if you could do 4 cups of water and 4 cups of vinegar in this.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh. Thank you. 4 cups of vinegar, 4 cups of water.
Yep. I can do the water and you do the vinegar. Oh, and the other thing.
Hot water? Cold water?
Doesn't matter. Just water. So this is. And then this is the last thing. I did not touch upon this. This is calcium chloride, which, according to Ball, if they're telling the truth, you use like a tiny little bit. I think it was like 1/8 of a teaspoon or something like that. And it's supposed to help make the pickles crisp. So when you get, like a gherkin from a jar at a store, or this pot has actually got some crumbs in it. So let's start over with the fresh water. So, so what is actually going to happen is the final process of canning is actually to cook the jars in boiling water in this canning pot we have here. Oh, geez, that's where all the water on the floor is coming from, that lid. So the final step is actually going to be cooking the jars for about 5 to 10 minutes to really create that hot vacuum seal. So unfortunately, that does end up cooking the pickles a little bit because you're putting hot brine with in hot jars, cooking it in hot water. So the pickles do get, because you have to cook it, they're not going to have that like really, they're not going to have that like good thick crunch that you get like with a store-bought pickle or like a fresh pickle that's not canned. But these are shelf stable for like 2 years, so you gotta pick and choose your battles. So, also, you're supposed to do a cup of pickling, or none. There should be half a cup of pickling salt. But actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna I have a lot of pickles. Can you actually double the water?
Sure.
And vinegar? Yeah, we're gonna do a double batch just because I have a hell of a lot going on right now. I have a lot of cucumbers and it's not stopping. So Becky is gonna keep working on making the brine. And I think do like 2/3 of a cup. Because I'm supposed to do half a cup. You're supposed to do half a cup for every 4, like the recipes I've seen, it's about 4 cups of water. That doesn't matter. 4 cups of water, 4 cups of vinegar, half a cup of pickling salt. But I really thought they were just too salty and the salt was overpowering. So we're going to reduce the salt. So we're going to do a double batch. I'm sorry that there's no recipe. I can't do recipes. So this is really, so if you're a recipe person, this is probably not going to be the cooking channel for you. Husband hates it because every time I make something from scratch, it's different than it was before. And if I make him his favorite pasta sauce and lasagna that he's ever had in his life, and it's the best thing he's ever tasted, he's never going to get it again. It's one and done. That's it. So that kind of sucks for him. Then what Becky is going to use for the brine is this canning and pickling salt. Really what you're looking for, you can't use standard table salt that has iodine added to it. Kosher salt is okay, but a lot of times it is really, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So it looks like your standard table salt, you know, really fine, small granules. Really fine, just small granules, just like you see in a regular 10-cent can of salt. But this is pure NaCl. There's no iodine. There's nothing else. So we were laughing. I have about 7 different types of salt in the house. And I was like, I didn't even look at the recipe, what the recipe needed when it came to the salt. I was like, I have that. And then I get home and I'm like, oh crap, I need I need pure NaCl. And it's like the salts I have like black lava salt, which has lava ash in it, and I have Himalayan pink salt, which has mineral deposits, and I have Fleur de Sel, which is too expensive to use in that quantity. But then I have like Celtic gray salt, which like cell grease is what it's also called, and that has tons of extra minerals in it. So I had a lot of salts. I even have a Merlot, or I think it's Merlot, it's either Merlot or Cabernet flavored salt, because my friend knows that I'm a freaking weirdo.
Ruby says, Karen, you are so good at this.
So I have this. Like, this is how crazy I am. I have wine flavored salt. So I can show you guys. We have the pink salt, which we can't use. And then the Celtic sea salt, which is cell grease, which is great for steaks. So if you're ever making steak, I really like the cell grease because it's GRIS. It's gray in French. It's really fancy. I like that because you can get thick, like kosher salt size.
What do you use wine flavored salt with?
I honestly haven't used the wine flavored salt much. The main thing I've used it is when I'm making, what are those things, like caprese? When I do caprese, so you have like fresh mozzarella, a fresh tomato, a fresh basil leaf, and fresh mozzarella doesn't have too much salt, so you want to pump up the flavor. I will use the Merlot flavored salt for that because it complements the flavors really well. And that's actually a great time to use the black salt too, which has like a bit of a smoky flavor because you're working with the smoky ash on top of mozzarella. I mean, smoked mozzarella is a thing, so it's pretty tasty. So that's what I use the weirder salts for. I also have a flaky sea salt, which is like these big, thick, like dandruff flakes of salt, which sounds disgusting, but it's really good if you put it on. I make caramel corn at home, make it in the oven, and that is delicious. Like you just get like a nice big, like it's nice because it's flaky, because it's soft. So you get a big piece of salt to complement the caramel, but it's not like crunch and disgusting. And I'm just trying to fidget right now and not talk too fast. Normally I would just be smashing these garlics to peel them, but I'm trying to slow my motor mouth down a little bit.
Ruby says she only uses pink salt.
Wow, she knows what's up. I buy I think, except for the ones I've gotten as gifts, all of the fancy salts I own, I actually buy on Amazon. I get a lot of really, like, you know, your more gourmet shit for your kitchen. Amazon is really great because you're buying the same stuff you would go to, like, your specialty grocery store. You're just buying it directly from the either like the importers, or you're buying it from the vendors of these fancy products, as opposed to going into like an olive oil and vinegar store and paying out the ass for some salt. I meant to buy more garlic. All the garlic I have in the house, so I meant to buy more, and then I totally forgot when I went to the store. So, never mind. Nope, totally forgot. I'm sorry, I was really distracted. I was supposed to run an errand, but I forgot.
What up, Warlock?
So, alright, you're trying to start peeling some garlic because it's making me anxious. Did you ever put salt in the brine?
No, because I didn't know how much. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
It's fine. So I'm going to do 2/3 of a cup. I'm supposed to, I was talking through this, I'm supposed to do a full cup. I'm supposed to do a full cup as per the recipe. I'm going to try reducing it. Well, you know what? I'll do a full 3/4.
Are you doubling it?
Yeah, I doubled it. So you're supposed to put half a cup in for 4 cups of water, 4 cups of vinegar, half a cup of salt. So, according to most of the ratios of the recipes I've read online, which is where I got this information from, I'm just winging it, like, honest to God. So we are going to cook this. We're supposed to actually bring it to a boil, so I'm gonna turn this bitch way up on high. Also, I swear, so I'm really sorry if this is offensive. I hope it's not. You've been on Becky's channel, most of you, I think, so none of this language should be surprising.
What? I never swear.
Ever. So, got the brine going. In some instances, like you make bread and butter pickles, which are not really my jam. You can put sugar on the brine. You know, I'm not really down with that. I like savory pickles over like anything with a little bit of a sweet tinge to it, and
I just realized you're putting them in there.
Yep.
I'm making a mess.
She's not my standard sous chef, so she doesn't really know how things operate around here. Normally, I have a 14-year-old sister who takes getting yelled at and orders barked at her very, very well, because she knows that it's just me being controlling and not me being mean. So she's an amazing sous chef. She's 14 this year, but she's been helping me make Thanksgiving dinner since she was about 8. And you leave her alone in the kitchen with 4 burners going and come back to everything not destroyed. So, I mean, that's pretty good for a kid.
Read your chat. Send that over there.
Bishop says he doesn't swear. I don't know how to change the camera so they can see my face, but
You're going to click on this right here.
oh god, I put my hair up and now I got this like little whoop. Oh well. So what I am Ruby said hey. Oh, you're in the chat. JK. So what I'm gonna start doing is I think I'm gonna wait for Becky to get on my way because this kitchen, like, it's huge, but there is no freaking space.
There's no counter space.
Yeah, there's no counter space. So actually what I'm gonna do,
Do you want me to move on to that?
I was gonna move on to this because it's a giant ass cutting board.
Yeah, but all I'm doing is this, and people should watch what you're doing.
Well, yeah, then I can do it right there.
What? No, but it's easier for them to watch.
I'm just gonna be cutting vegetables, so I have this little butcher cart. I don't know why. So I'm gonna back it up a little. So I have this.
Here.
Put it down. Yeah, put it down. So I have this, and I'm actually gonna real quick just wipe down the crumbs. I normally keep my the KitchenAid mixer. So okay, that is the exception. Oh, you can't see my face. Either you can see my chest, my cutting board, or my face and no cutting board. So I guess you guys get the chesticles.
Here, let me
Because it's
do that, and then really quick, guys, I'm going to. Actually, let's do this. We're gonna put Karen right there, and you'll see me in the background. There you go. And you'll
I'm
see
gonna
me. Look at our Meyer bag hanging off there.
The what?
The Meyer bag.
Oh. So I have way too many fucking pickles. Can I have the crinkle cut knife?
Cucumbers?
Yeah, well, I'm about to have way too many fucking pickles.
Lots of pickles.
So,
Hey.
this is actually really cool. I'm gonna bring it closer to the camera. I don't know where my husband bought this. Amazon. It is a blunt, like, knife with, like, these little waves in it. And it makes the most amazing crinkle cut fries. So you butcher it down right on top of the potatoes, and you get crinkle cut fries. You cut them into squares. But I discovered it also makes for really good when you want to crinkle cut the pickle slices. So they have like a little bit of texture and look a little bit better.
Sorry guys, I'm not peeling right now because I am trying to pull up the chat so that I can read it as well.
So I'm going to get 2 bowls going. I'm going to do one for spears and one for slices. I'm going to use my old jars as like a guide of how long the spears can be because as you can see, pickles aren't necessarily going to fit in the jar as is. So I'm going to be using these as guides to cut my spears. Oh, and I burnt my mouth so bad I gave myself a fucking blister. So I'm going to start with cutting off all the ends. And then I will probably not toss the ends. I'll probably give them to my rats. Once we're done with this, you're going to want to trim the ends off just like pretty much any other time you would eat a cucumber. God, they smell so good.
That's some big cucumber. Nice size cutes.
Who's saying that? Everyone?
Ruby said nice size cute. Bishop said he will not be making pickles tomorrow. Or he will be making pickles tomorrow, but he will not be canning them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, everything else that I'm doing, you don't necessarily have to do the whole canning process. You can take the general recipe and just do, without doing the official canning, just put a lid on it, put the pickles in your fridge for 2 weeks, and then they're going to be pretty well pickled. Just the only thing is they have to stay in your refrigerator and they'll only last about 4 months. But if you can them, they will be shelf stable in your cellar, your basement, the back of your closet for 18 months to 2 years or more. I had people in Becky's chat the other day were saying they had like 15-year-old canned peaches, and I'm like, there's no fucking way those are good.
Yes, Warlock. We have 3 rats. They're all boys.
I would bring them up here and show you, but that's kind of gross.
Yeah,
maybe they'll make a surprise appearance once everything is done.
This one's growing. We still using him?
Yeah, just cut the end off.
Oh, I just had him to charge it.
Yeah, that's why you don't change the arrangement of the kitchen. Can you hand me the last cube?
I was like, where is he? He's so tiny.
He's so tiny. He's just a normal sized cucumber. Yeah. So, I actually haven't legitimately counted how many I have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9. That's what I guessed earlier without counting. So I'm just going to put these off to the side. Perfectly good. They're just not really fit for human consumption per se. So I'm going to start cutting things. So like this cucumber, like we can't make a spear out of the large majority of this cucumber because it'll just be weird. No one wants a bendy thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to...
they're in a cage, Warlock. We let them out sometimes, but they're not free roaming rats.
So I am cutting up the cucumber with the crinkle cut knife, and before I throw them in the bowl, I'm going to walk over to the camera and let you guys see these things. I'm actually going to bring them over to Becky because the lighting's a little better. So, we basically have what looks like store-bought, like fancy-ass cucumber slices. They're really good.
Yeah, guys, also Venom85 might be answering some questions in chat so that I don't interrupt Karen, by the way. About
Like you keep doing
I
it.
know, I just realized that he can answer questions like that. If he's paying attention. Sorry.
Alright, I'm eating. Now I'm left with this. About, I don't know, 5-6 inches. So it'll make a... I'll go back to this in a minute, but we'll end up cutting this up and turning this into some spears. So now I have a pretty good idea. Like, I can keep cutting these down to size based on the size of the jar. And then what I'll do is, once I make all of my spears, I will, or once I make all my chips, then I'll start cutting up the spears. This thing is ginormous. I tried to give this away and she wouldn't let me because it was so big. And now what are we doing? We're ruining it by turning it into a pickle.
What? Ruining?
Look at it, just like, stands up on its own. It's so wide. This is not an appropriate pickle. This is actually really funny. I sent pictures of my cucumbers to a male coworker. Like, and I have like a good working relationship with him, so like this isn't creepy. But he's like, you gotta get these cucumbers out of my email. They're making me feel inadequate. He's like, you gotta stop showing me this stuff, Karen. Oh shit, almost lost a cucumber.
So,
honestly, like, I cut this one. Like, this could probably end up being 2 sets of spears. And you know what? I probably might go back and end up making more chips. I don't know. Are the chips, you think?
The chips were popular. A lot of people at work were talking about, like,
They wanted spears.
they want a little bit of both because half the people are like, I want spears for the alcohol, apparently.
Yeah. Is that?
I stirred it.
Oh, okay. I was hoping it was boiling.
It was not, so I wanted to stir it a little bit. But then other people want other people want chips so that they can have burgers. So
That's
a little bit of,
actually that's one of the. I just did this backwards. We're having a barbecue this weekend. It's not really.
y'all are invited.
Only locals.
Bishop says it's not the size of the cucumber, it's how crunchy it is.
These are very crunchy.
Who knew Karen was so good at growing cucumbers?
I'm good at something. So I'm gonna keep cutting these bad bitches up. This thing is pretty blunt because you can't really effectively sharpen a wobbly knife. So it takes a little bit of effort to get it going.
I'm surprised Lolly hasn't made an appearance down here. Doesn't she usually hang
She's
out with
camera
you?
shy. Yeah, the cat normally hangs out with me when I'm cooking dinner. It's a little late for her though. It's already 9 o'clock almost. Come on. What?
Yeah, it's because I'm in the way. Like, she wants
Alright,
alone
this
time.
one's kind of squishy, so I'm just going to put this away for the rats. It's not going to cut well. It's too short now.
No, Ruby, you're all invited. Who said just locals?
Me?
Oh.
I'm not paying. Nobody's playing fair.
No one said they. Ruby said she was about to book a flight.
Oh,
Come
well.
on.
Oh, I'll wear my rainbow onesie for her in person. This thing is so big, I can't even cut it.
That's what you said?
Ooh! Look at these pickle chips.
Jesus.
There's so many seeds in it, too. Oh, speak of the frickin' little furry devil.
Hey, babe. You're in the U.S. that's local enough? Yeah, come on down.
Oh, this is so... I'm just going to give up on this. I think I'm just going to turn these into... use the sharp knife on this. It's just... It's way too wide for the... So she smelled Becky's shoes and proceeded to actively avoid the kitchen. Probably going to go hang out with the boy. I got like a few different like random ass bowls of different types of cucumber slices going on right now. Alright, so. Ideally, you're supposed to pick the cucumbers when they're a little smaller because as the cucumbers grow, so do the size of the seeds in the cucumbers. Ugh. So these are pretty seedy, but what's kind of great is once you pickle, like all the seeds, like you can see these seeds are just, there's tons of them. Tons of, oh god, I'm really close. There's tons of seeds and
Over here.
yeah. So there's lots of seeds coming out and they're fairly large. So ideally you pick them sooner, but honestly, I check my cucumber plant all the time, like every couple days at least, at a minimum, like 3 times. What type of cucumber? I don't know. I bought you guys, if you go to like Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever a lot, I bought whatever the cucumber plants were. I'm so sorry. That was more distracting than just sneezing.
I did want to sneeze on
the microphone.
No, the microphone's over there. I didn't want to sneeze on the garlic.
Got it. So, I bought whatever those pre-grown plants are that you buy, like the burpee plants. Can I have my drink?
Don't drink that
With the label out. So, yeah, so whatever those like pre-grown plants are, like it was snowing until about 3/4 of the way through. Oh god, this is freaking me out. It's so gross. Like hopefully nobody else has trypophobia, because this disgusts me. Like, beyond, like, how anything, that, like, is one of my, like, greatest, like, ugh. Like, it freaks me out when I'm doing it. But anyways, oh god, they're all squirting out. Oh god.
I just want you to know, Warlock, that she is not usually very safe with her knives. And she has cut herself many times.
I've had 5 stitches, so it's not too bad.
Because he said that wasn't a very safe way
to clean
the knife if you could have cut yourself.
But I didn't. Right, so I'm cleaning out some of the seeds because they're just like, they're making me want to hork a little bit.
Yeah, and when they pickle, they get bigger.
Oh god, like the middles are like squishy, so like, ooh. So I'm probably gonna rinse these before I actually pickle with them, just because like, there's just so many seeds popping out. Oh god, another one. Like it's making the hair in the back of my neck stand up. I remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the type of plant. So I just bought whatever the standard thing is. I was saying about how it was snowing up until like April 24th or something this year, and I didn't want to do seeds because I'm lazy. I didn't want to start seeds inside and then transplant them. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be lazy and buy the pre-grown plants and see whatever happens, happens. And what ended up happening is I got one cucumber plant that has done like an Audrey 2, a little good reference for you guys there, and it's just taken over everything. It is gigantic, and I cannot keep it under control. Oh shit, I really fucked that cut up.
They said he took off part of his finger yesterday with a vegetable peeler.
Oh man, the worst thing in a kitchen, fucking mandolins. You ever use one? You know what I'm talking about? Some of you don't have fingertips anymore. That's me.
I'd like to point out that it's my mandolin too.
Okay, I still cut myself with my own mandolin when I had one.
True.
So this cucumber is hosed. So it's going to be a little wacky, but that's okay.
Ruby says buying body plants is good because they're organically grown.
Oh, that's great. So, yeah. And I have not fertilized these with anything other than hose water. Yep. And lots of love.
Drown them in hose water.
Yeah. It's actually, a thing about cucumbers is you actually, the roots are really shallow, which is actually something that makes them pretty good indoor plants if you have the space. The roots are really shallow, so you have to water them pretty frequently. Ugh, all these seeds. So yeah, I had really good luck with the bounty plants, and then hilariously, like, so we have a lot of, I'm not gonna call it really wildlife. It's raccoons, rabbits, and squirrels. So we'll throw out, like, if produce starts to, like, go bad, I'm like, the squirrels don't fucking care if the tomatoes are rotten. Like, I'm not gonna
find
eat it.
the good parts.
I'm not gonna eat it. I'm not gonna give it to my rats to eat it because they're retarded and they probably eat the bad parts. Oh my god, look at these holes. I hate it. So I throw the rotten produce out there for the quote-unquote wildlife. And one of the things we threw out there were some grape tomatoes. I think
Cherry tomatoes.
no, they're grape. Oh, they're grape tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes are round. These are grape shaped.
Got it.
It's okay. So we have these. I'll actually show you guys some. I've actually had to start pulling them out like weeds because I can't stop these now you got me all fucked up.
I apologize.
I can't stop these grape tomato plants from springing up everywhere. So
They took over the lettuce.
yeah, they took over the lettuce, which wasn't doing so hot anyway. So let me show you guys what I've ended up. Shit, where did I put it? What are you looking for? This. So I've actually been having to pick my. So I'm growing Roma tomatoes. It's like and then regular ass brown tomatoes. But whatever is living outside has been eating my goddamn tomatoes when they're ripe. So I've started picking and stuff the tomatoes to ripen off the vine. Oh look, shit, this one got eaten. But I have all these great tomatoes right now. And I didn't check my vine today, but I bet I have more that are ripe.
We're starting to get a boil.
So yeah, so those things have taken over really taken over the garden. I think it's hilarious. It just sucks because, like, grape tomatoes, because of their flavor and their size, unfortunately, they're really only good for, like, salads and stuff, so there's not going to be much of a value in saving or canning those. So that sucks, because they're not really the type of tomatoes that you want to can, but we're just going to be, and I have like a basil plant and other stuff out. Oh my god, why is this so gross? Should have made you do this. We're not going to need all that garlic. I appreciate you doing it, but I could have stopped you a long time ago and I totally forgot to. I think I'm going to stop once with this cucumber, because and then I'll just have cucumber salad with lunch tomorrow. I'll julienne up a little onion. It's like, this is going to be a lot. I guess I could just keep chopping them and then whatever I don't use, I just eat.
Hey. Haley says to use ground coffee grinds to help deter rodents.
You know what? I have been doing that. They don't give a fuck. They're like, I'm still going with these tomatoes. So I've been putting the coffee grounds in there. I haven't checked. Ruby the other day suggested peppermint oil, so I have peppermint essential oil. I mixed that with some water, sprayed it all over my plants, a lot of it. So we'll see if that stops them. But, like, the worst part is they're not, like, taking the tomato and eating the whole damn tomato. No, they leave it on the vine. They eat, like, a third of the tomato, don't come back for the rest. And it's like, I'm half tempted to just take it, cut off the eaten part, and use the rest. But I have two people that would be very upset if they found out I did that. Yep. Very upset. So Look at all this goo from the middle of the cucumbers. It's fucking weird. We should try rinsing these off.
Caffeinated mice are what you guys are in my stream when all you do is drink coffee and Red Bull.
Who says that?
No, that's what I'm saying to them.
Oh.
Because Venom is saying that caffeinated. Oh, Ruby said caffeinated mice sounds like it should be a cartoon, and then Venom replied, or a good name for a band.
So I'm stopping here. My bowl is full. I'm over it.
We're boiling over here.
All right. Can you put it on low, like 3? It's a big pot. So
It's on 3.
I'm so disgusted by all of this middle part of the cucumbers. Alright. I'm over it. Also, my dishwasher is almost done running, and I'm really far behind in this because I'm making way more shit than I did before. So I got this. Bam. I'm curious. I think I'm going to weigh this and see how much... So should I try and save these seeds or just like...
Up to you, babe.
What do you think?
I think it's up to you.
What would you do?
I don't know.
Scoot the trash over here.
I'd let you decide.
Put it in your mouth.
Ugh. No. Maybe if someone if we had tips set up, I would do it for tips.
Oh, I should have saved it. We could have made like cucumber masks. Here, I'll save these. You want to give me the little strainer out from underneath the colander, and I'll save these seeds. They're not as gooey. Yeah. God, there's like just all this cucumber juice. Like I know you guys can't really see it, but it is. They are very juicy.
Juicy cukes.
So I really don't need like these 200 seeds I'm about to save, but I really wish I hadn't mopped the floor already.
Yeah, Ruby, I don't want to make a lot of noise by pounding on the...
So I'm just gonna put that over here for now.
And I'm trying not to make noise.
So I'm gonna put this over here because it's in my way. We want to conserve the heat. So I'm gonna wipe up this gigantic mess I just made. Start with the cutting board, which is...
Don't say anything, Ruby.
Why are you still making garlic? I told you could stop.
No, you didn't. You said you meant to tell me to stop.
I said I'm not gonna use all the garlic you're peeling. So anyways, if you want to cut up some peppers, or you want me to cut up the peppers because they're kind of like gross.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you cut up the jalapenos then?
Sure.
Because I'll be mopping the floor again before our barbecue on Saturday.
This fell on the floor, but it's still wrapped in paper.
I don't care.
Okay. Guys, it's not gross. It's still wrapped in paper. Don't judge us. Or do, I don't care.
Alright, so wipe down my trash can real quick because now it's nasty. Alright. Can we have a blue knife? Thanks. Can you not also scrape the blade on the wood? Sorry.
Look at how I'm doing this.
Okay. It looks like you're scraping the blade.
You've yelled at me before. I flipped it over.
Oh, this is... No, this... Alright. Red pepper is a no-go. Alright. Red pepper was too squishy. It wasn't just one spot that was gross. So I got this tiny-ass little red pepper, or yellow pepper.
So those trivet also use to help real garlic.
Trivet?
So I want to cut this into cute little slices. And we'll put this in with the cucumber chips for a little bit of color. Boyfriend's lurking.
Yeah, he's been chit-chatting with people.
No, he's like lurking in my face right now. They're talking secrets. They're whispering things I can't hear. I'm gonna end up cutting myself on this pepper while I try and cut the rest of it. Also, I don't really know why I'm wearing this. I guess I know why I'm wearing the apron, because otherwise I would be wiping the dirty knives on my clothing. But, what? So
vinegary over here.
just gonna try and slice this as much as possible without hurting myself. Alright, I got this.
Sorry.
Alright, so now I got recycling is new. Also, I have this little green pepper. I just threw it up and cut it, and I grew
How am I
this.
cutting these? How would you like me to cut them?
Some in strips, some in slices. So I have this green
What the
pepper.
fuck is the difference?
Strip, slice.
Okay.
Just like the difference between chips and spears. You hear this? The sass in the background? So I grew this green pepper myself. There you go. This is something that the fucking rodents didn't get. I spilled fucking pepper seeds everywhere. On the cabinets I just cleaned, on the floor. I hate myself right now for how much of a mess I've made out of my kitchen that I literally just cleaned. I was like, I'm gonna get ahead of the cleaning for Saturday.
And then she was like, I want to stream.
Yep.
So we're helping by making a mess.
Yep. So I'm gonna cut the middle of this guy out.
This is not a hot plate. No, it's like a,
What?
I guess,
It's a trivet. It is. It's a hot plate.
I always thought a hot plate was hot.
No, it's for putting hot things on, right? It's just a
Oh.
trivet. Yeah, so... Oh, shit, I was gonna do these in strips. I don't know what I'm thinking. So... Yeah, I use the Le Creuset trivets for, like, everything. Because what you put them under the cutting board and it makes the cutting board less slippy. You guys, you can't see it right now. Right there's a little fuzzy nugget at my feet. She's really excited that I'm cooking right now. She's hanging out. Hey, Lolly.
Do I need to go angle the camera?
Yes, you should.
Okay.
She's most affectionate to me when I'm cooking. She always gets underfoot and always hangs out. She doesn't make contact
I'm not
with me.
going to touch you because my hands have jalapenos on them.
She doesn't touch me like any other time, except for when I'm cooking. So here she is.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Look at that kitty.
She says hi. I scared her away with my laugh. It was so perfect. So I've got my peppers. I'm going to put these in some bowls. Did you just goose me?
I was making sure to get back up into me.
Oh, okay. So
And
I'm
I
going
wanted to touch your butt.
to put these in bowls. Put the slices in one and the... So I got that. I'm trying to get all my shit together. This is dirty. This is...
No, that's not one of the rats. That's our cat. That's exclamation point Lolly in my chat, but not Karen's chat. We don't have Nightbot set up yet.
I'm just going to go here because I'm going to go to the rats. So is this. Oh, yeah.
So these jalapenos, you grew these too, right?
I want to say yes, but right now the jalapenos I have are kind of babyish, so those are actually store-bought. Okay. So I have dill. I was hoping to get, the actual sprigs with the yellow stuff on the edges, but all they had, I went to 2 grocery stores, 3 grocery stores, and all they had was baby dill. Because I like the yellow dill, like you get the like flowers and it's like dramatic. Drama. Like for some more color, like I like the color. So unfortunately I just have this bullshit. Just regular ass dill. So what I'll probably end up doing is using this to make some homemade ranch later. And by later I mean like in a few days. Honestly, that's probably way more than enough dill. So I'm going to take this mess, throw it in my fridge. ready to like actually get canning. Like, I'm gonna turn this up. The pot with the, I don't know how to switch the camera, but the pot with the water where we're gonna actually put the jars in.
Click the eyeball on the face camera.
Click the eyeball on the face camera. Okay. So this, you're going to want it near boiling when we put the jars in. Boiling is a little bit too aggressive. So we are going to be doing, I don't want to like shatter any jars or anything. So we're going to get it near boiling. It's been on for a while. I turned it down. And I am going to throw some lids. I'm going to, I don't know, I have a lot of cucumbers. I'm going to throw, how many jars do I have sanitized? Okay, I have plenty of jars. So, just one more time, I'm going to, where is it? Express. So I'm going to do, I don't know, you don't want to use too many lids, because once you heat it up, that's it. But I do have a lot of pickles, or cucumbers, so I'll probably get a lot of pickles out of this.
So how many lids did you put in?
I don't know, like 7. I'm not quite sure, I stopped counting. So, just going to take these, put them away for later. Okay. Leave them out of the way. Computer about to start assembling. What we got?
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You just flew. Okay, I don't love you for your cucumber or your pickle cut. God, what's the word? What are these called? Peppers. Your pepper cutting skills.
Just bitch.
All right, so I'm gonna do this long guy and do him as slices. You have mostly.
Have a night, Bish.
Or I'm gonna do.
Have a good night, Ruby.
They're gonna miss the best part.
They're gonna watch it later. This will be recorded and saved to your.
Oh my god! Technology. Right.
So there's some streaks.
Oh god, my eye.
Don't touch your eye.
No, like the juice went in my. Oh, you D. Oh man.
I don't like seeds. Do you want them? I still have them.
Yeah, we're gonna put the seeds in here. This bitch ruined the jalapeno slices. She ruined them. Why did you guys warn me? She cut.
I like them.
Yeah, but that's where all the capsaicin is. That's where all the spice is. What's the point of the jalapenos? Without the Wally's like, couldn't mom and mom stop fighting? Her ears are back. She's not happy. What did Ruby say? I will be watching Karina and Karen. I just can't chat.
She can't chat on her Kindle, so she'll still be here.
Got it. So I'm just slicing these bitches up.
I'll wash my hands since you took all the jalapeno.
Can't believe she de-seeded my jalapenos.
Everyone watched me do it too. Even the boy sitting here watching me.
Ruin them. Tempted to make you go out with a flashlight and go pick the biggest jalapenos you can find on my plant. She's giving me the grumpy look. Don't even bother, it's a mess. I've ruined it. I've ruined everything. Alright, so I am going to cut down the dill so it's not as ridiculous. Can you put these on a plate? And she's really going outside for some jalapenos. She's offended. Alright, so I'm going to cut these dill sprigs down so they're not so ridiculous. Oh, help! A cucumber almost just rolled off the counter. Also, Also, while I was reading about pickles today, did you guys know, this is an interesting fact, that kosher dill pickles don't actually mean that they're legitimately prepared in the kosher fashion. It just because lots of Jewish rabbis in New York, these are pathetic.
Like your face.
Aww. A lot of rabbis. Can you give me like a little bit more dill? No, it's fine. I lied.
Okay.
So, a lot of rabbis would make pickles. I don't know why I missed that, but I missed that part of my research. But they were just called kosher because the Jewish people were making them. So, not sure why, but kosher pickles aren't actually kosher. The end of that story. Sounded a lot more exciting in my head. Got these. The homegrown pickle, the homegrown jalapenos are so spicy. Like, you just feel it in your soul.
I feel it on the cut in my hand.
Alright. So, we are actually about ready to assemble the ingredients. I'm going to just clean this up real quick.
It's too bad Ruby's not here with that $50 for Karen to do her dance, because this is like the perfect location. I'm really tempted to do it too, and I have to remember I do it for the money.
So probably have to change where that camera is once it's time to...
Yeah, where do you want it?
I don't know yet. I'm just trying to clean up the area
Okay.
a little. I want to rinse my knives off and put them on this to dry.
Yeah.
It's 3 in the sink too. Let me throw out this. Right, so the brine smells disgusting, so that means we're on the right track.
Smells like hot seawater.
Very strong vinegar smell.
The whole house is gonna smell like that for a week.
Yeah.
Where do you want the camera to be?
So where it's gonna be like an assembly line, like bloop, 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 bloop. So I don't know. So we're not gonna be able to see the whole process unless you like. Oh, also a critical thing on the lids. You want it to be like just near boiling. You don't actually want it to boil because that can actually end up ruining the seal. So you just gotta be careful. You gotta make sure you know your stove, which I don't know mine is very temperamental. So this, I'm just gonna double check the calcium carbonate for the crunch. Yep, 1/8 of a teaspoon per pint. And so I have these jars. And so I have 1/4 of a teaspoon, so we're going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon into every big jar. You can see, like, this stuff is, like, reactive to moisture. I have this chunk that was from last time because I left it open for too long and I probably dropped something in it. So we're going to need that. Oh, and then the last thing, sorry, I want these smashed so that we're going to smash some of the garlics. If you just want to, get a knife. And my small cutting board is at work. I just want to grab the big one real quick. So, because I've had so many fresh vegetables, I've been,
How many? Just like half? Big ones?
So whatever, just get smashing. So, I'm going to put it back on my face camera. So, I actually have had so many fresh vegetables coming out of my garden that I've actually been, like, in the morning, I'll pick a tomato and, I'll, like, grab a cucumber and, like, I'll have an avocado and some onion and I'll go to work and I'll just, like, take I have, like, a good knife, a decent knife, I shouldn't say good. I have a decent knife, a cutting board, and I'll take an avocado, a fresh tomato, 1/4 of an onion, and what was the last thing? And a jalapeno from my garden too. That's the other thing. And I'll just put it in the avocado, mash it up at my desk, and then I have this Mexican seasoning called adobo, which is basically just Mexican Lawry's, seasoning salt. Look at this little nugget right here. She's trying to be coy. Here you go. There she goes. She's shy. So yeah, so I've been doing that for my lunch. So my tiniest cutting board is actually, oh, there's my chest again.
Smashed? Not smashed.
I would just smash them all and then I'll put away whatever and then we'll use the rest for the cookout. So yeah, so I've been making guacamole at work and just eating a whole avocado for lunch. And that's that story. So, what?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave. So while she's working on that, I am going to take all the extra ingredients. I still have to put the jalapenos in bowls so that we can easily assemble our jars, because what we're going to want to do is for them to come quickly out of the, get them quickly out of the dishwasher, stuff them full of shit, and then the last thing we do is, all at the same time, is we are going to throw them all in the pan to seal them up, or in the pot. I had some gardening gloves around so I can touch the hot.
I know I saw them somewhere.
My rubber gardening gloves. I was like, I gotta clean this shit up. They're in here. Yeah, there. So I just have like rubber gardening gloves that I'm gonna use to grab the dishwasher's not cool, so I don't want to burn myself.
Alright, they're all smashed.
Yay, come on then. Alright. So here we go. I got my strips of jalapeno, my slices of jalapeno, my slices of green pepper, all this shit that we're gonna make pickles with. And honestly, it's like assembler's discretion, babe. So
hang on, I'm going to string that up. Now I killed the string.
So I got this going. We're gonna get this out of the way. The lid on this pot. Oh, my nose. It smells like Easter in here.
There we go. How's it going, guys?
Get this out of the way.
Superbiz, why are you in hell?
All right. So.
Alright, we're gonna adjust some stuff here, guys. So, I think I'm gonna help Karen with the stuff, right? Or
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna hold the camera too.
So we're gonna get the.
I wish there was a way for us to move.
Yeah, I know.
We're not good at thinking ahead. We're just gonna turn this off for now.
My cutting board out of the way. You don't want to stop?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, there's my cup.
I'm gonna get this shit out of the way, just trying to get this cleaned up a little bit so we have room to maneuver. Also, my apron is getting a little cumbersome and I'm done. Apron's coming off. Alright.
You take it from here.
No, the next part we're not gonna have time to drink. So,
I turned the basing off?
Yeah.
Just talk. So what are our steps?
So what we're gonna want to do? Oh, see, this is starting to boil. I can hear it. So the first thing we're gonna start with the smaller ingredients. So you start with the dill because that you want to cram it down on the bottom. So we're gonna I'm gonna get the jars out of the dishwasher and put the dill on the bottom and like a garlic clove on the bottom. And then the next
like one of these.
Yeah, or less. They're kind of big, so. Or we're not even going to do them all as dill because he doesn't like dill.
Correct.
So we're going to start with some dill on the bottom because it floats. Let's get the bay leaf open and.
I got it.
So we're going to want to dump some out.
Oh,
That is a
for
magnetic jar lifter.
Charlotte.
So You're gonna want to. I have more pretzels. Oh god, that is awful. Like I can't stand the smell. So we got some more pretzels. We're putting the bay leaves in there. I have no idea if it even makes a difference in flavor, but we're gonna pretend it does. You didn't really have to do all of them, but
We'll put them back.
you can put them all back. So I'm gonna start grabbing jars. Dill, garlic, like a garlic, and then we're gonna shove pickles in the jars. So maybe if we move this to the middle cabinet, I don't know, to get the most.
Alright guys, time
Because this goes pretty flat, so we could.
How's that?
Oh, that's pretty good. You get a little bit of everything.
Okay. So we'll
Honestly, we can go up a level. Oh, jeez.
Let me do it. Let me do it.
Okay, but I wanted it about here. Ready? So you can see as much as possible. Alright, do you want to start with spears or these?
I gotta adjust this. Sorry guys, technical. How's that?
Fish out of your cleave.
I know. How's that?
That's really good. So,
Okay.
this is actually a dish drying mat. I'm just going to use it to keep the counter relatively dry. Do you want to start with spears or chips?
Okay.
Alright, let's do the spears because they're not as edible as a finger food.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do the first one, show you how I've been doing it, and then you want to just. So I have a 24-ounce jar. Like you don't have to like do it rapidly, but pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna take the gloves off. Can they see?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
So I am going to shove hella cucumbers in here and a bay leaf because the bay leaves kind of need to go on the bottom. And what's the other thing? The garlic. I'm like, where's the garlic?
I tried to put it in an order.
Yeah, sorry.
Why are you saying sorry to me? This.
So I'm just gonna like kind of load it sideways so you can get it in there pretty tight. So you can like cram these bad boys in here. Oh my god, you're not even a dent in the like.
The amount of cukes.
Yeah. Oh, that's too much. Alright, so. So I'm just trying to get this as full as possible. Like I say, like this is pretty tight. Here?
Yeah.
So like, not a lot of movement. I'm not going to tip it upside down, but there's not a lot of movement going on. So, since I didn't leave any room, we're going to do this one pretty plain. So I did some garlic, so we're going to some black peppercorns. Once these start to pickle and stuff, the seasonings will start to fall at the bottom. So we're going to do black peppercorns, some yellow mustard seed. We did the bay leaf already. And then this is a weird one. This jar is 24 ounces, and the calcium carbonate is measured by quart. I'm going to try and guess for like 3/8 of 3/8 of a teaspoon. So I'm just gonna put this one to the side and see how many we get.
So you're gonna fill them up and then do all of this, all the brine at once?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. You can do the brine now. I don't know.
Well, she doesn't know. Hi, Otto. How's it going?
So we're gonna do some more spears. And this time I'm actually gonna make some room for so we're gonna do green peppers, I think, in this one. Kind of small. I mean, I was gonna say, if you want to get in here, get going.
Yeah, we're gonna do some non-dill ones.
Okay. Yeah. And, like, try to put the wider parts on the bottoms, and then, like, can you take some of these taller ones? Your jar a little taller. Try to do the thicker parts on the bottom is what I've been doing, because they tend to, like, sink, so they're not, like, weighed down.
I was asking how you guys are
Doing well.
Fantastic!
How you doing, Otto?
doing. Say it's going well.
Alright. So this guy's, I don't know, seems pretty crammed in. Do some this is the jalapeno. I mean, you're probably too loaded up now, but I didn't warn you. Alright. I'm gonna do this garlic a little brown. I don't trust it. So I'm gonna do that. Get a couple bay leaves in here. I'm gonna do one of these for calcium carbonate. Black peppercorns. I'm gonna do mustard seed. I don't know why I'm singing this, but here we are.
And then I'm going to start making a little section over here. How much of this sodium stuff?
One.
One of the sodium stuff.
Oh shit, this is a little mouth. I can't use this.
What?
I grabbed a 32-ounce jar, but it's a regular, not a wide mouth.
Got it.
So. I'm sorry. Please. Alright, so these I'm gonna do 3 spicy. I just want like.
I'm going to do a non-spicy for Amanda.
Okay, so I'm gonna do like a ton of jalapeno in here because these are gonna be my pickles.
And I'm gonna make chips.
Okay.
Since I'm over here a little bit.
Yep. So I'm gonna make some super. I mean, for me they probably won't be super spicy, but they'll still be tasty. I've actually been eating the jalapeno slices too, just out of the mix. Because why not? Oh god, these bottom ones are so gross because I wasn't dedicated to cutting out all the seeds in the beginning. Oh, this one's a little tall, so I cut this guy a little.
So as you can see, we're measuring perfection here.
And honestly, if you're lazy and you don't want to go and like measure out seasonings, there's plenty of different
Pre-made.
yeah, pre-mixed stuff that you just like measure out X amount for whatever size thing you have and just do that. So there's nothing wrong with that. I like creative control. You don't have to be a control freak like me. There's enough control freak here in my life. I'm just gonna use this lump. I'm just gonna commit to the lump.
Okay.
Oh, I just threw mustard seed everywhere. So I'm gonna use some black peppers. Hey, would you be interested in going down to the basement and getting the black peppercorns?
Who, me?
No. Unless they're still up here, I gotta double check. I think I brought them back down though, like a responsible adult. I mean, other things you can do is like for flavor. I've read like celery seed, blah blah blah.
So spicy.
Do like celery seed for some flavor or whatever else. We're gonna have to stop because we're gonna run out of room in the thing. So we are actually about to run out of. Like you're not supposed to let the thingamajigs touch each other. The jars. So this could actually have a little bit more in it. So I'm gonna use up the rest of these chips that. I got it. So, yep. No, trade you. Put that guy in here. Put this guy here. Bam. So here's all the chips. So now we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start. Do you want to fill them up with brine or do you want to?
Oh yeah.
So
Here, let me actually move this so that people can watch, and I'll hold it.
So I'm going to fill this with some brine.
So this is the brine that I set up earlier with the vinegar, the water, and the salt.
Yep. So it's a little too full. We obviously don't want it to explode while we're boiling it, so it's gotta be careful. And this needs rapid fire. Can you get that shit out of my way? Because I'm gonna need the room. Because we're gonna want to throw lids and rings on real quick and get them from the boiling water.
Yep.
I really need a bigger ladle. Future thoughts. And honestly, these rubber gardening gloves are probably the best idea I've had for the canning because they give me good grip on the glass and protect me well enough from the heat of all of the vinegar water I'm spilling all over myself.
It is very smelly here.
And normally I would have the exhaust fan on, but it sounds like a goddamn jet engine, and you guys wouldn't be able to hear us anymore. So we have to suffer so that you guys can hear us. We made too much brine.
I'll give you $20 for a spoonful.
Just one spoonful?
It's also we share money, so it's not like you're actually gaining.
Yeah, but will you hand me $20?
I don't have $20 in cash.
Then I guess no deal. I'm just gonna try and crank these down a little.
They'll go.
You know, when you have bladder infection, you talk about drinking vinegar, you have a bladder infection, one of the things you can do, actually, I think we didn't make, I mean, we made too much, but one wouldn't have been enough, so we're okay.
Yeah, it'd be hard as hell to scoop in.
I mean, we use more than half, so. Alright, so, I'm gonna get this fucking thing out of my way. Clink!
Alright guys, I'm gonna put this up here.
So, if you guys don't cook with cast iron much, you won't know this, but cast iron isn't like Teflon or whatever, and the whole pot gets hot. So that's why I put both gloves on. Otherwise, I have all sorts of other convenient things to hold the things with. So the last thing, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 jars. I'm gonna grab 6 rings. And I fucked this up last time. What I ended up doing is I was like, oh man, I gotta make sure these are really tight. I gotta make sure they're real tight for when.
Do you want me to start doing this?
So I like cranked them on, right? But apparently you're not supposed to finger tighten them. So like, because what ends up happening is they vacuum seal as the stuff comes out. So I cranked them. I got some dented lids, so they're not quite. This is really tall. I don't know if this one. That one's probably gonna end up in the refrigerator.
Go ahead.
That Gotham guy isn't as good at.
Hi, Gotham guy!
So I'm just.
And he says he sees Karina on the mobile camera.
Yeah. Hi.
Gonna finish doing this. Also, they're cast iron, so this was something I did last time. It's really nice to have the magnet that's sitting on my lid, ready to go. It's the little things that make me happy. Do you want to try making? I got two.
What do you need?
I mean, try and just like finish up the spears I made.
Sure.
I
thought we didn't have enough room.
We'll try. I mean, we can just throw that one in the refrigerator and not cook it.
Okay. Well, we only got 1 jar left anyway.
Perfect. And I have 2 lids. So the last thing we have to do is cook these bad boys. So I am going to very carefully put these in. Trying to do it so that it stays even.
Why isn't it more than 30 minutes?
Oh, just so it doesn't tip. That's all.
Well,
Like-
what did we learn when it's heavy?
What?
What happens when it
We
tips?
learned last time
I don't know. What did we learn?
that it messes up the top spool.
Oh, okay. I guess we learned something. No, that was because I didn't hand crank them. So now.
Oh, well, tell them.
Oh,
She did.
we are about to have critical. Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. Woo!
We're not going to put this
Woo!
in there, huh?
That is, yeah, there's no room for it. We're gonna have to. That is so full. I thought I was gonna spill water everywhere. So now, once this starts to boil it for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna boil it for about 5 to 10 minutes, and this is where the pickles or the cucumbers are gonna lose a lot of their crunchiness. But this is how you get the seal. If you look, right, if you look like here, there's these little dots on the jars, and just like when you open up a jar from the grocery store, a jar of pickles, you got that whoop, and the little button comes up. That's exactly what we're recreating here. But since we don't have industrial equipment, the only thing we have at our disposal is heat.
Got that.
Alright, so the brine is over here now.
Cool.
So we are going to let this go.
I literally packed this with everything left over.
So I'm just going to let this go. I'm going to leave the lid off because it's so full. I want to watch it just because I don't want to have a catastrophe. So the last lids are cooking. I accidentally cooked one too many. So unfortunately we're going to not be able to use that in the future because the rubber's already been activated. That actually looks really good. You have to show everybody
I
that
know.
once we put a lid on it.
It looks really colorful and everything.
So our last lid here and a band. So I'm just gonna. So this one, this might actually stay pretty crispy. I'm not gonna hand crank that. So if you did, we're just gonna go ahead and this one. We're just gonna put this. So Becky used everything that was left, all the extra peppers,
I almost slipped.
all the extra peppers, the jalapenos, the bell peppers, and the extra pickle spears. So I'm just gonna put this right into the fridge, simply because we just don't have the space to can it, and like the proper way, so that we get that good 2-year seal where we are, we have them being shelf stable for a really long time. I'm gonna grab this lid out, just put it to the side, let it dry. I make salsa, but I don't can it. I don't
Sorry, I'm making a loud noises.
I don't can the salsa. I just, I make it fresh.
You guys had said it's
What?
the guy who said it's
Oh, thanks.
So
sorry.
No, you're good.
we're gonna watch these closely. I really hope that I didn't tighten them too much this time, and that I get that seal that we're looking for. You can see if you're looking really closely. It's hard to see with the steam. Let me turn this light off. See if it is a little better. You can see we're starting to get some air bubbles, especially on this one. So starting to get some air bubbles. That's a good. I forgot to crank out the extra air in the thing because I was moving too fast, but I didn't do it last time either. But these air bubbles mean that that vacuum seal is starting to form. That's a good sign to see the air escaping our. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. It's a good way to make sure that the air is escaping our pickles, and we know we're going to get that quality vacuum seal that we're looking for.
What happens if you tighten them too much? They blow up?
Yep. The blow up is a strong term. I actually have an example. I thought I did. Maybe we.
I took the chips.
Oh, you took the last ones?
I think so, because I think we opened another one.
Yeah.
I took one because we had one here.
Yeah.
I took the chips
And I
over
threw
there.
the lid out. So what ends up happening is if it's too tight, the air can't escape.
Oh, yeah, you can see all the air coming out.
Yeah, so the air can't escape, and the lids ended up dented. There was no catastrophic explosion. It's just
You lose the seal, right?
Yeah. So you lose that. Should put it on my face.
Do you want me to put this one back up?
Yeah, but maybe here. Unless...
Okay.
So what ends up happening is you lose that shelf stable seal. But what's not terrible is that even without a seal, they'll last like 4 months or more in your refrigerator because the vinegar and the salt does such a good job preserving these. So just to show you guys again, those of you that weren't here before, this is what these are going to end up looking like when we're done. So I have, these are some spears. These are about 2 weeks old. These are shelf stable. And same ingredients. We have the mustard seed, the peppercorns. There's no dill in this one. This one's for the husband. We got some smashed garlic. And then these are the chips that I cut with the crinkle cut knife that he got me for the fries. And so here are some chips. And what I'm actually going to do, I'm having a barbecue on Saturday, so these chips are going to come out when I'm making burgers. And I'm actually going to serve the pickles. While it's going, I'm going to close up my calcium carbonate before I trash it.
So how long are these going to be staying in the water?
So once it comes to a boil, about 5 minutes. That should be enough to activate it.
Oh man, our house is a mess.
It just looks...
It's looking down that hallway.
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'm going to turn this one on.
The boyfriend... Oh, yeah, that's a bad angle. Don't look anymore. Our house is disgusting.
Ta-da!
So, here's that gaffer's tape.
You can still see it?
Oh!
There we go.
That Gotham guy is asking if you guys ever fried that.
You know what? A coworker of mine who works at a bar, she... so I literally just made my first batch of pickles 2 weeks ago, which means that really only now...
Oh, that is... It was like pointed down.
Oh. Yeah, so... Here's my face again.
I figured... Oh, they saw you. Pick your nose.
I was scratching it. I wasn't picking it.
She picked it.
I was doing this. So, it's funny, I was having a conversation with a coworker today who part-times in a bar, and she actually suggested that. So, that is definitely going to be something I do next, especially with the extra salty ones. Those, I think the extra salty pickles with a little bit of cornstarch and flour on them. Deep fry those, some spicy ranch dressing. It looks like your cans are cans. Wait, go back. Put it back. Put yourself on the top. Put yourself on the top.
Alright, so since we're being inappropriate...
You did it, not me. You did that.
Since we're being inappropriate, when you were putting all of the, when you were like, oh, alright, we're going to just squish all of these spears in, I was just going to be like, pretend it's the most popular girl at an orgy.
Oh my god.
that was going through my...
It was so inappropriate. So yeah, and honestly, it takes forever for this thing to boil, because there's got to be like at least 3 gallons of water in here. But you can't, the problem is you can't actually, look at my water. You finished it. Yeah. You can't, it's not safe to put the jars into the boiling water. You don't want to risk an explosion. But you can see it's still going. I think we'll have a boil soon. We'll let them go for about 5 minutes, and then we'll lift them out. You can give me the lifter so I can show them real quick. So you have this, which is actually really neat. So what you can do with this is, I'm doing it back here. So, boop. So you actually use this to safely lift the jars out of the boiling water. Again, I got this like cute little set my husband found at Meijer for like $6.
One day he'll make another appearance on stream that won't get deleted.
He danced in the background after he used the restroom.
Yeah?
He's like way back there. So yeah, for like $6 it came with the jar lifter, a funnel, and the little magnetic lid lifter. Did it come with anything else? Or just these 3 things?
I've never been to one Gotham guy. Gotham guy said...
Wait, the boyfriend knows something else it came with. That I don't remember, apparently.
Came with that sweet booty.
I know the box was in there for it.
Oh, okay.
I think that was it.
I think this is it.
Three or
Like
four
$6, which is pretty nice. What?
At least one other thing.
Yeah, I thought there was 4 things, but I don't remember either. So these are the 3 that I use. Oh yeah, here it is. The spatula that's supposed to be used to get the extra air out of your jars that I did not do. Did not do it last time either, and that didn't.
How does that work?
This?
Yeah.
It's just vinegars.
Yeah, it's on my finger and I hate it.
So you just take it and you're supposed to use it to push. See, it's got little whatchamacallits in it. It's like not an even spatula, so it's used to pop.
Notches.
Yeah, it's used to pop in the air bubbles that might be.
Now it's on the floor.
There might be in your thing, but I didn't do it last time, and I don't think that's why these exploded the last time. So we'll see if it happens again. I made sure not to crank them shut this time, which I know I did last time. So, yeah, I really wish this would boil.
So, well, it's only on single high. Is that okay? Oh no,
No,
it's on high.
it's on high.
JK.
So, shit, what?
So, is there anything else that you guys, like, Karen cooks a lot, but is there anything specific that you guys are hoping to see on this new cooking channel? Anything that you'd want Karen to ad-lib? I feel like that needs to be your tagline, like, no recipes here.
Ad-lib cooking.
Yeah.
Ad-lib kitchen.
That's actually really cute.
What recipe?
Yeah. A coworker was like, "Oh my god, I love your pickles." I was like, "Oh, do you want me to like bring you more?" And she's like, "No, I just need the recipe." And I was like, salt, water, vinegar, some cucumbers." And she's like, "Do you have one?" And I was like, I was like, some garlic, maybe some jalapenos, some bay leaves. I was like, "Girl, just do whatever you want." Boom, pickles. So yeah, I was talking earlier. We have some new people in the chat that weren't here at the beginning, but I don't ever use recipes. I read them. I take inspiration from them, and then I like literally just do everything how I want to the whole time. So my husband hates it because I can make him the best, lasagna he's ever had. And he'll never get it exactly that way again because I didn't record or measure anything.
What about some of the breakfast stuff Mousy raves about sometimes that Karen makes?
Omelets and stuff?
Like I would say the French toast, the omelets for sure.
I also said we wanted to see you make a German chocolate cake.
Ooh, that's actually one of my favorites.
I don't bake, so this is really like a cooking thing. Like the most baking I do will be like brownies from a box.
You make a pretty good cheesecake.
Yeah.
Fudge is really good.
Fudge is 2 ingredients.
These people might not know that.
So
getting ripped off at the store.
Yeah, Karen is a scratch cook for sure.
But that gluten-free cake you make.
Yeah, but the problem is like some of that stuff, like the flourless chocolate tort I make, it's like you bake it for an hour in a water bath, and then it cools for 3 hours on the counter and 6 hours in the refrigerator. So it doesn't really.
Not a live thing.
Yeah.
Right. It'd be a cut video. So like omelets would be good. Crepes could do. Like crepes is about as much of the baking I do.
Gotham Guy says the stuff Karen made when she had to have Mousy get up and open the door for her. You had I think.
Breakfast she made with the friends that you met?
I don't think it was Kelly. I think was over. You made breakfast for Kelly and you, and then you brought me like, I think it was French toast and stuff, and you like had so much in your hand. You had like plates. You had syrup. Like you're like bang bang bang. Let it in.
Yeah. So
Stuffed peppers.
I've done that. I will do stuffed peppers.
Gotham Guy says you could do VODs. Yeah, so the problem with VODs is...
What?
VODs, video on demand. Pretty much...
What does that mean?
When you edit a video, instead of doing it live,
it's
just a video. So the problem with that is the time to edit. So, like, right now, you're seeing us as we're doing it. Like, we're literally standing in a kitchen, cooking, talking to you guys. If we do it as a video, it has to be us doing it and then also spending time editing those videos. And to be honest... I barely have enough time with all my streaming. Like, I can't even do videos for my own channel.
Up late from work.
I know, right? You guys just need to you guys need to be able to support us so that we can just stream 24 hours a day for you guys. 8 hours of us sleeping.
We could do it in 12-hour shifts.
Yeah. So, it sucks. Hey, Tommy, how are you?
These bitches are not boiling.
What's something that Karen makes that most people wouldn't know what it is? No, Gotham Guy, it's not a bad idea. I just feel like at the current time, we don't really have time to do videos.
Yeah.
So, because I I did that. If you look way back, like 2 or 3 years ago on my channel, I have VODs that I made, and they took up a lot of my time, so I stopped doing it. Your day was kind of stressful? Well, we're making pickles. That should unstress you. De-stress you?
Yeah. So yeah, so
Jam.
We've actually thought about jam.
yeah, jam is. I mean, honestly, I guess you could make jam in a bread maker. It's like I could just make the jam in the bread maker the lazy way, and then just can the jam. I mean, I feel like one canning episode would be enough, and you know, jam. It's just take berries, cook them in a pot, add some gelatin, put it in a jar. Like, honestly, like, the pickles is time consuming, but it's one of the least complex things that I generally make. Because it's all assembly, you know, as opposed to, like, actually cooking, if that makes any sense. And it's just, I like the pickles because it's a fun way to experiment with flavors, and you can just kind of think about things that you think would be good together. That's why I did bell peppers today. You know, I only did jalapenos last time, so we'll have, like, you know, I didn't do sweet pepper, or I didn't do sweet pickles, but I think the bell peppers are probably sweet enough to add a little bit of.
What would you say your signature, like, so Gotham Guy says, what's a dish that's out of the ordinary, different than usual, that people see than
Ramen.
what? Huh?
Vegetarian ramen.
Oh yeah, her ramen's
People
great.
wouldn't expect that. So, like, I can, that's kind of a unique thing, like, that I do. I have friends with celiac, and I have friends that are vegetarian. And, you know, if I have everybody come over, the most crowd-pleasing dish you can do is a veggie ramen. And, you know, my friend's vegetarian, she's not vegan, so we still do the eggs. But, you know, a tofu ramen with vegetarian broth and rice noodles or bean noodles, either or, it doesn't really matter. But the texture of the rice and bean noodles isn't so different than regular wheat flour noodles that you get in ramen that it detracts from the experience. And my vegetarian friend says I cook ramen better than I cook tofu better than she does.
I mean, our old roommate loved when you made the ramen for him because he has a gluten intolerance. So
Celiacs.
yeah, so
the secret to cooking good tofu is to fry the shit out of it.
Yes, it is. I know that.
That's a video in itself. Making tofu so it's palatable. People think that tofu tastes terrible, but tofu tastes like.
Tofu actually, it tastes like whatever you, it'll take whatever you put into it. So
is this gonna boil today? Sorry, I'm getting very impatient. I watched pot. I guess I should have put the fucking lid on it. I thought it was gonna boil a lot faster. So, and then, you know, some other questions you guys might have, like signature dishes that I do. 100% is a ribeye with roasted broccoli or roasted asparagus. That's like, if I want to impress the shit out of someone,
oh my god,
and they like meat, they are getting
I'm just thinking about your steak now.
You know, like a red steak is a good dark merlot. Like,
yep,
you do it rare, so it's red in the middle, like actually rare, not like Outback Steakhouse rare, where it's like a little pink in the middle. And then anything pasta is another thing. You know, I'll spend 7 hours making a marinara dish, and I actually have right here.
You should do that next. Is she makes her own noodles.
So I actually have right here. It's kind of dusty right now because you're not actually supposed to clean these.
We're making Otto hungry.
Oh, sorry. There's some dirt in here. So this is actually a pasta roller. So a crank goes in here, and you feed the dough through here. And actually, honest to God, noodles are 3 ingredients. It's semolina flour.
Don't hold off on that until we make the noodles.
Just say it's 3 ingredients: a semolina flour, wheat flour, you know, regular all-purpose or whole wheat flour, whatever you want, and eggs.
So that actually might be a good one for us to do, is making raviolis or Hell, even make some good spaghetti meatballs with a good marinara. Marinara.
Yeah. So the problem again is like the marinara takes 6 hours. Cause like I'll take the marinara, like you take the tomatoes, and I'm not gonna tell you guys everything else, but you take the tomatoes and everything else, and cause I take the canned Roma tomatoes, you know, San Marzan tomatoes from tomatoes, and you cook it down until it's sauce, which takes all day.
I'm thinking about that time you dropped half a thing of tomato sauce all over the kitchen. Can you not do that?
I think one of the worst kitchen fails I ever had, I tried making a crepe cake, and whatever the recipe was for the filling of the crepe cake, it was like basically whipped cream. I was like, this isn't gonna fucking work. I made like 30 crepes, which took forever. I made like 30 crepes. And then what happened is the whole crepe cake fell apart, and I threw the whole goddamn thing in the trash.
We could have eaten that. Oh, there's still.
You didn't even know me.
I know.
And then the other worst, like
have.
my biggest Pinterest fail. Like I tried making a TARDIS gingerbread house, but my royal frosting was too wet. So the whole thing, I spent the entirety of White Christmas making this fucking TARDIS gingerbread, and at the end of it, I was like, blam, right in the trash. Like the whole fucking thing into the trash can. Game over. I'm done with this. And like, for you who don't know, White Christmas is like a 2.5 hour long movie, and I started decorating this at the beginning of White Christmas and threw it out at the end. So I was like so mad I wasn't going to eat. I mean, gingerbread for houses isn't really that edible anyway. So, and that's why I don't bake. All right, at this point, like I'm not going to wait for the thing to boil, but oops. Is this thing on? So yeah. What else do I do?
I'm gonna go sit on my feet hurt.
Okay. Now I gotta like manage this?
We'll yell at you.
Okay. Well, I mean, can you
Wait, you want me to switch it the other way? I just turned it off. Here. Because it's gonna be under.
I can guarantee you'll be starving? Why would somebody be starving after eating my pasta?
Eating it, they're watching it. They're getting hungry.
Oh, if you watch the video, got it.
Stand by your cutting board a little bit more. Sorry,
Shouldn't I put this over this? Oh shit. How do I move my face over the other thing?
Drag it.
Drag it up and down on the listing.
Hey! How cool! So yeah, I'm just trying to get this damn pot to boil. Alright, Tommy, are you talking like Maruchan instant ramen, or are we talking like real ramen here? Eyes like itchy. It's late. It's 10 o'clock. This is like my bedtime. But I started a little late. This pot won't fucking boil. Like hear it boiling. It's just not like actually. I'm gonna move this. Like there we go. So yeah. So I'm just trying to boil this pot. So is Tommy a Red Sox fan or a Cleveland fan? I'm like trying to catch up on the chat because Becky and my boyfriend have just been reading it to me. Like I'm ready to sit down too after 2 hours on my feet. Is that what your icon is? No, your icon's like a pirate thing, isn't it? So this needs to boil. Oh, here we go. These pickles are going to be super soggy by the time they're done. So this isn't super sexy, but I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup and wrap up the extra cucumbers and stuff while we're waiting for the pot to boil. I'm gonna wrap these up in foil so they stay crispy. Oh, you should bring Franklin up since now all the food is put away.
I was gonna just bring the thunder.
Oh, I don't want everybody to see their shitty cake. They're like so cake though. Sorry, I disappeared. Throwing the extra cucumbers in the fridge. So, we were talking about this earlier. I gotta throw out this vinegar water. It's gonna make me pearl. Ugh. So, we were talking earlier. I have all these little leftover bits of, the Buccaneers. That's what your YouTube logo is. I have all of these little extra bits. This way. Mirror image. Oh god, you brought two. So I have all these little extra bits. No, don't put them on there. I'm just going to take it on my hand. And these little guys, so now that the food's away, I'm okay bringing them out. This little nugget and his brother. So they are going to get some cucumbers in their cage. So they're going to hang out here. And they're going to get cucumbers for their nighttime snack. So the black one is Morty, and the white one is Franklin. And they're big fucking turds. What? I don't take... Morty's gone. He's... Oh, get off the stove! Morty's an idiot. Take him away.
His feet are super warm.
He jumped off of me onto the laptop and then ran right towards the stove. Alright. Franklin's a shoulder rat. This is why Franklin's my rat. He's cooperative and not a butthead. He likes to hang. Holy shit. I really hope Ruby was watching that.
Yeah. Jesus.
Honestly, guys, I might shut this down before the pickles come out.
Well, I know what it looks like at least.
Yeah. It's late. I don't really have much else to say. You guys saw the rat try and commit suicide. You know... So, yeah, Tanya, I don't really follow any sports professionally. It's never really been my thing. Oh, now the pot's boiling. Alright, we're going to give it 5 more minutes, and we're going to lift these guys out. So, 10:15, I'm going to pull the... Quarter after, I'm going to pull them out. The rat's going to have to go away before then, but we're going to hang out for a minute. He's much better behaved than his idiot brother. They don't usually like to eat when they're not in their cage, so he's a good little guy. I really hope we have good footage of Morty leaping off of my shoulder to certain death. Yeah, there's too much going on for Franklin right now. He's not really interested in snacking. You know, Tommy, the only baseball I've ever watched is the Cubs, and that was Game 7 of the World Series 2 years ago. Like, as a Chicagoan, was like a lifelong Chicagoan, don't care about sports, but you had to watch it, right? Like, this is the first time in multiple lifetimes that they won. Alright, if you could do me a favor, Becky, we're gonna take the, I'm gonna put the the jars onto the mat, but we gotta get the mat cleaned off first. I'll close this back up.
Why is this black?
Oh, because you shut the cabinet? I did? I shut the cabinet, sorry. Force of habit. I hate open cabinets. We're gonna shut this one. And then I'm just gonna, I want the mat here. So Franklin looks like he's ready to make his escape. You're hurting my shoulder, buddy. He doesn't want to leave. So Franklin's gonna go away so I don't hurt him. Oh. And in 3 minutes we are going to take the jars out. Like, I'm worried because there's still some air bubbles coming out.
Maybe just show them how to do it with one.
On the plus side, no dents.
Not yet. I didn't notice the dents till after.
Oh, okay. It's just my face.
I'm getting really tired. It's getting really hard for me to entertain.
Okay, well, I mean, you guys pretty much have seen how...
The whole process.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you're ready to wrap up, go for it.
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap up. I'm getting tired. I just want to...
I'm going to switch here so that you guys can see the ingredients again.
So, yeah, so I'm going to wrap up. I'm pretty tired. It's about 10:15 here. I got to brush my teeth, wipe my makeup off. I'll come take these out in a little bit, but got my gloves on to make sure I don't burn my hands. Thank you so much for coming in. I had a lot of fun explaining my very hectic cooking process. Tommy, go enjoy your ramen. I was looking at the chat. I was reading the chat. I just wanted to see what people were saying. So, Tommy, go enjoy your ramen. Have a good night. Thank you so much for joining me. I had a lot of fun. And hopefully next time we'll be able to do it all the way through the recipe.
Also, guys, if you're new, make sure you hit the sub button. We don't have the stream alerts up yet, but we will. But make sure you hit the sub button, hit the bell too.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I felt that one coming.
Hit the bell and you'll get notified when Karen
Smash
goes
that
live.
like button, right? That's
Like,
what
comment,
YouTubers
support,
say.
subscribe. So yeah, so make sure you guys come back next time. I'm not sure what kind of schedule we're looking at. Maybe once a week.
Yeah, probably once a week. It takes a lot to explain all my cooking. Thanks, Tommy. That's so nice of you.
Try to convince her to do it more often. She'll make great food.
Yeah.
We'll eat it on stream and tell you how amazing it is. But yeah, so make sure you guys sub. We're gonna try and get a schedule worked out.
Yeah,
so that,
figure it out.
so that Karen and I can cook for you guys.
Yeah.
Mostly Karen. I'm just here to help.
My sous chef.
I'm here to play video games and eat food. And I'm all out of video games. Anyway.
Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Depending on how tired I am Sunday, I was thinking maybe you guys are interested in breakfast, so maybe I'll do something breakfasty Sunday after Becky streams. Maybe I'll do a quick breakfast stream. I don't want
a noonish breakfast.
Yeah, because I don't want to do a video on top of yours.
Can you imagine if it's like
in the household? So
yeah.
If the internet went down, they'd have no source of entertainment.
oh my god. The internet goes down all the time, so people will be in so much trouble. Alright, thanks so much. Have a good night. I don't know how to end this. Bye!